Hi guys, welcome back to Dr. Introspect TV, and it's your host, Dr. Introspect, and I'm back. I feel like I have to keep announcing that I'm back because I was so gone for such a long time. And I just don't want you guys thinking that I'm not coming back, right? So I'm here and I'll probably be saying that for a while. As I promised, I will be dropping videos every 2 weeks. So just sit back and hold on and hang it tight for that one. So today we're going to be talking about the old guard. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome right back. And I'm going to be looking at my notes, and if you see me looking down, this is what I'm doing. Alright. So today, just some fun facts about the movie. The movie is actually based on a graphic novel by Greg Rucka. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. And it's actually a movie by Gina Prince Bytheworth. Not sure I'm saying that right either. I'm sorry if I'm not. But it's starring a favorite, Charlize Theron, hot, beautiful, and just talking about the aesthetics for a minute. Everyone knows Charlize is gorgeous, beautiful. Seeing her sport that short black hair was just so amazing. I was like, you know what, maybe I will be doing that next. Who knows, But yes, she was just amazing, and she did a good job. I think the storytelling and the delivery from the actors was just really spot on. Some things I have to say about this movie is it's not the typical, deep, smokes and mirrors, what's going behind whatever is going on type of movie I usually bring on to you here, alright? It's just your normal average action-packed movie, one and done, watch it and that's it type of movie, And it's not bad. It's not bad at all. So just looking at it head first in, it has been compared to the Chris Hemsworth movie. I crush every time I say that man's name. Maybe because I have a wee bit crush in him, just wee bit. Okay, but crush aside, Extraction. Extraction is a movie that it's been compared to, and I'm not going to say which is better. I'm going to leave that for you. Alright, just in the comments, let us know. Vote for which one is your pick, and let's see. I'm not going to say mine. I think they're equally good. But I think the reason it's being compared a lot is because of the resiliency of the characters, alright? So you can see Chris Hemsworth's character just taking those punches, punch after punch. He's getting up. It's almost like, oh my god, this guy cannot die, And then that kind of translates into this movie, because not just because they are immortals per se, but there's this fighting spirit inside of them, especially Andy. You can see with her, she discovers that she might not be so immortal after all, and that she might actually be losing that ability, and might also, be more likely to die at any given time. But she is still leading her team, charging them head first, and that was definitely something that was respectable about the character. They're both action-packed, that's noted, and they all seem to be both, Netflix-type movies, so that's that for comparison. Diving straight into the movie, one of the notes I definitely picked up on was the whole ethical dilemma component of the movie. Alright, so specifically with regards to Nile. So Nile discovers that she has this ability. Nile is a Marine fighter, she's in the army, and she discovers that she's gonna die. The US is taking her for further testing. I don't know, I'm hearing more tests could mean just locking her up in the lab somewhere. I don't know, I've watched too many movies and that's just what I think of, okay? So it seems like if that's the case, then that would be that Andy swooped right in and saved her, if that's the case. But Andy nonetheless recruited her to join her crew and stepped forward as a mentor for her. But we see Nile just having this ethical dilemma in her head. Okay, I have these abilities, what do I do with them? And the few times she spent with her just from jump with Andy just seemed like they're killing people, all right? And you wouldn't expect her to have that kind of reaction, seeing as she's kind of someone that kills people for a living, you know, with a machine gun, dropping bullets in bodies. But it still shook her core to some level. Like, okay, now I'm not this person that is really human, and now I'm just gonna go around killing people. Is that what we do? And that just takes my mind to this common quote from the Spider-Man movie. You know, it says, with great power comes great responsibility. And she's looking at them like, is this what we do with our power? Is this the responsibility? And I think at a point she's just like, nah, this is not for me, and she's leaving. Of course, she gets to uncover much later that, you know, it's not really the whole story, and they kind of like save people, you know, and then she makes peace with that. So that was interesting to know. The second thing I would say is the strong female leads in the movie. And I should have probably jumped right in with this at first because it's obvious. Andy is a team leader, and I thought it was interesting that they casted her as someone that is almost like the original Immortal. So far it doesn't seem like there was any before her, at least in this story, and I thought that was interesting. Usually originals are often male, so having a female be set as original, that was different. Second thing, having a female leading the team, and she was like respected. You know, even the guy that betrayed them, it wasn't because he wanted to become lead. It was just basically, I don't know, it just felt like a Judas moment, you know, Judas in the Bible stuff. It wasn't because he was trying to do it to take over, so they did respect her as a leader. I thought that was cool. And then Niall, despite being a new recruit, she still had some fire in her, seeing her as a strong character as well. I thought that was really something noteworthy to mention. Third thing I want to talk about is the diversity of the characters. So I think the directors, Netflix, everyone did a fair enough job. You know, we had 2 African Americans, we had female representation, we had the LGBTQ going on there as well with the love, and I thought that that was interesting. It's not uncommon, again, for Netflix to have their movies or shows in this type of fashion. So, you know, given the current state of affairs in the world with regards to the oppressions going on, I thought it was good to mention when you see something like that happening. So definitely big ups to Netflix for that one. Something else I thought I noticed was the whole nature of them finding themselves. I think the storytelling of the movie was fair. It was good enough. Every character had, you know, it seemed like it was balanced. It wasn't overly focused on one person, you know. They all had their thing. And for Andy and for all of them, it seemed like they were trying to find themselves, you know. Yeah, they're doing these things and they're saving people and helping people, but they didn't necessarily see themselves as heroes. Maybe because they were in the shadows, you know. And then they're looking at the board map that was created by the guy that was Chiwetel Ejiofor's character, and they're looking at this map and it's like, oh wow, we've actually been doing good stuff. You know, it's like those tiny dots that add up to this perfect straight line that you can't see if you're just focused on the individual dots. So I thought that was interesting to mention, and especially with Niall confronting Andy, you know, about their way of life and how they go about killing people, for Andy to see that on that board, and it's like, oh wow, what I do actually has meaning, you know. That was deep. Something else that I thought that was interesting again was how they tried to humanize the characters by focusing on the sadness of being someone with abilities, right? So more often than not in some movies, you know, the superheroes, I'm trying not to use that word, but like if you have an ability, it's like you're a superhero, right? There are people that all they can do is fly and they're superheroes, right? So Wolverine is a superhero and he cannot die as well, so like, yeah. And it's like, oh, they have these powers and, you know, life is cool and amazing and whatnot, but not often do they focus on how, like, the sadness of it. And here it was interesting to see them take that tone where it's like there's this fear, this tragic fear of loneliness, you know. Even when Andy's talking about those other people that had died and they found out that, oh wow, they're probably mortal after all, there's still this undertone of sadness. Like, it's not just that she discovered that it could die, it was that separation, that loss of someone that was always there, you know. So for a lot of them, it's like the people you love will die and you'll be left alone, and then they might grow to despise you because it's like, okay, you have this gift and you don't want to share it with them, and then you have to live with that pain as well. So it's like, what does someone that cannot die, what scares them? If they cannot die, what then? You know, if they can walk through fire and not die, and take bullets and not die, what exactly is the fear of a person like that? And it seems like the fear is loss. And it's not like loss of normal people like us, when someone like breaks your heart or walks out of your life. But when people die, that's so permanent. And it's like, it's only when you have someone that can live as long as you as well, that you can have that continual love going on. And it seems like for them, it's almost even like a waste of time finding someone to love, because they would just die after a couple of years, you know. And for people like that, 80 years is just a couple of years. It's like a blink of an eye, because they just keep going, right? So I thought that was interesting. It really did humanize the characters. It didn't make them seem so big, mighty, and scary, you know. Yeah. So that's really all I have for you. Those are just the main points I had, and that's about it. Will I recommend this movie? I don't see why not. I mean, it's not the best movie I've seen all year. Alright, definitely not gonna take that spot, but it's not a bad movie. Alright, so if you do like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. I definitely would love for this channel to grow, and it would motivate me so much to keep coming back. Alright, and please let me know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see next time. Alright, and until then, I'll see ya. Bye.